What is happening, everybody? MG here, MGCovers, bringing you a brand new video on handicapping soccer. I'm going to walk you through and handicap an entire game from A to Z, but I want to specifically talk about handicapping home and away in soccer. Okay, very specific. And what I'm going to give you, the information I'm going to give you today, you're going to be able to take this information. You can apply it to other sports like football, college basketball, etc. So let's get started. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at this league here, the Austria League. These are my power rankings for soccer. This is Austria Bundesliga, and the game we're going to look at down here is Sturm and Rapid. I'm not going to pronounce these other names here. And you can see here, if you watch previous videos, Rapid is the favorite. They're a 16-point goal differential, which means they're scoring and not giving up 16 more goals than their opponent. Line for the underdog is Sturm is 446. Line for Rapid, the favorite, is plus 107. So they're both dog lines. However, we want to specifically look at this game in a little bit more detail. So this site that I'm at over here, this is soccerstats.com. Very good site, very resourceful. You can look down here. This game's going to be played on Sunday, so we click here. Okay. So before we do the home and away, I first want to look at, I would say, form when you're handicapping soccer. Absent from the stats, obviously we always look at stats, and that's how we get our line, which is what I call the stat model. The most important subjective part of, or what I call situational angles, is form in soccer. And you can look at this team they're playing here. They are not in good form. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They've lost 7 of the last 8. Actually beat this team right here. So they're not good, not a good team, not in good form. And you look at another way to do it. You can go up here to standings. Yeah, it actually breaks it down. You can see here. Whoops, sorry about that. You look down there at the June 24th, they lost. June 21st, June 17th, June 14th. I really like to concentrate on like the last 4 or 5 games in soccer. Their opponent, Rapid, you can see up here. Now, they lost June 24th and they lost the June 21st. And the reason I point this out is you don't just say, oh, they're not in good form, they've lost their last 2. Let's look at those losses and see if there was something, why did they lose to that team? Who did they lose? Was it a good team? Was it a bad team, etc.? So if you look here, Rapid lost to Salzburg 2-7. Salzburg is the best team in the league. So that's actually, we wouldn't really count that loss against them, okay? And you look at the other loss was to Hartberg, which is not a bad team. 6 out of 12, so right there in the middle of the pack. But they only lost that match. Where's the team we were looking at? Rapid Ran. They only lost 1 goal, okay? And the previous 4 matches, they all won. So, you definitely have to consider that, those specific losses. Look at who they lost to. And let's go back to this one here. Click on here. Okay. And another thing, too, the way the stat model works, it just calculates, it doesn't, like, the most goals in a soccer on average, if a team scores 3 goals in soccer, that is a lot of goals. That's generally the max average. So if you see these like 4, 5, and 4, that's very rare, and even a 7. So a way to do this just manually is what I call, it's something if you want to Google, it's called the truncated mean. You want to take away the obvious high numbers or obvious low numbers, and since there's not really a low number in soccer. So what I would do is you would take this 4, 5, and 4 and convert it down to 3. So this would be 4 going down to 3, so that's 1. To get this one to 3 would be 2, and then this one would be 1. So then we need to add 3 points to the goal differential for this. team. So now that takes it to -16, and Rapid is a 13-point goal diff favorite. And you go over here, this match to Salzburg, we do the same thing. So now, so this is at 13, right? Well, the max for this one would be 3, so 7 minus 3 would be 4. I'm sorry, 7 minus to get to 3 would be 4, so we have to add 4 back to this, so that makes Rapid now a 17-point goal differential favorite. Now, if that was confusing, you can sort of pause it. In essence, the max goals scored in soccer is about 3. So all I did was I made this match 3-0, this match 3-1, and this match 3-0, and this match 3-2. And so if I'm subtracting this, giving them the goal back, I have to add it into here. Sort of a manual thing that I do just to verify that this really is a legit 16-point goal differential. When we do that, we find out Rapid is actually a 17-point goal differential. Okay? So now to the whole premise of the video about home and away. So this is definitely looking good for Rapid, right? Because they lost this one match. They lost to the best team in the league. And their only other loss was when they played Salzburg again, lost to them 2-0. Okay, let's go over here to home and away. Now this shows Sturm is the home team. Rapid is the away team. So we want to see how well Sturm performs at home, how well Rapid performs on the road. Now, I look at year-to-date stats. The reason I do that when I'm assessing home and away, that gives me a better picture than just looking at right here the last, 4 matches at home and Rapid's 4 matches at home, 4 matches away. Because if I look at the season, this gives me a really good picture. For example, you look at Storm, they played 14 matches. They've only won 4 at home. Not a good home team. You look at Rapid, they've won 9 out of 14 on the road. They are a very, very, very good road team. And the reason that's a huge situational angle is that's going to be a point of emphasis that the coach makes, that the players tell themselves, hey, listen, we can win this game. We're a very good road team. It's a stat that they're conscious of. A lot of times, you hear sports handicappers, sometimes they'll talk about a stat that's irrelevant. This is a relevant stat. Any stat that the team coach is aware of is a good stat to incorporate into your handicapping. And what I mean by that is they know they're a good road team, so we're going to factor that as well. And another cool thing you can do when you're you can actually statistically quantify that stat. So when you look at Sturm, they won 4 out of 14. So you just go up here, 4 divided by 14. So they're only winning at home 29% of the time. Not good. Where if you look at Rapid, 9 out of 14, 9 divided by 14. Actually, I probably computed that wrong. Hang on a second. 64% of the time. So that's a that's really good, 64% of the time. So what I would do, let's say if this was reversed, and let's say Rapid had only won 4 matches out of 14 on the road, I would be very reluctant to play them to win that match, and it might be a game I actually pass on. Okay, so but considering they've won 9 out of 14. And their 16-point goal diff, we got a pretty good line here. This will probably end up being a play. And if you actually look down here, the actual line for this match is -127. So this will probably more than likely end up being a play. So hopefully that helped. And again, you can do this for, you can do this for NBA. You can do it for any sport. It's always good to, see how well a team performs on the road. And if you just look at like the last couple of games, that's difficult to really get. Because if I looked here at Rapid, I would say, well, the last 4, well, they've only won 2 of their last 4 on the road. But if I look at year to date for home and away, it gives me an overall better picture. This is also very good to do in Major League Baseball as well, because you have a really good sample of matches. So anyway, hopefully that helped. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment. And as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. If you would like to join You can get access to all my power rankings. You can get access to all of my plays for all sports. There is a link in the description box. Click on that link, it will take you right there. Hope everybody has a great week, and we will talk to you soon. Peace.